Hey guys. So this little 15-minute session today, we're going to use our strap in different ways from more of like a stretch. So sometimes as we wake up in the morning, depending on how we sleep, we tend to get a little tension in our low back or in our hamstrings or even our shoulders. So especially if you're exercising in other ways or you did your yoga practice yesterday, it's just a great complement to any other exercise that you're doing, and it's really great to use props. So we're gonna, if you have a belt, that's a great option too. A strap is what we're going to use. And we're just gonna get started. We're gonna work on our shoulders a little bit. So you're gonna bring your strap to a little bit longer than the way your knees are. So we're gonna start in a seated position. Now we're gonna reach the strap up, and then just try to bring your strap a little bit past the crown of your head. So just get that sensation of opening up the shoulders and the chest. Big breath in. Exhale, release it back down. Good, inhale up. And just try to go a little bit further. And again, always feel free to make the strap wider. If your elbows are being bent, we want to try to keep the arms as straight as possible. Exhale, bring them back down. And then this time go all the way back and try to bring the strap parallel with the floor and pull the hands away from one another. Big breath in. Exhale and release. Good, one more. We're gonna go all the way back and down. So really get that stretch through the sides of the neck, maybe bringing the ear to the shoulder a couple times. And then rotate all the way back up and try to keep the arms straight. So we're gonna go through that again. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down, two more. Good, one more. Good, and relaxing the shoulders. And then from here, we're going to bring the strap over your right shoulder. The right arm's gonna reach up nice and high. You're gonna give yourself a pat on the back. The left arm's gonna come underneath behind you to grab the strap on the opposite side. So keep the chest lifted. Try to pull the left hand down, lifting the right arm up. Take a big breath in. Exhale out. Two more. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Exhale and switch. Bring the strap over the left shoulder. Left arm up. Give yourself that pat on the back. Right arm comes underneath, and we're trying to pull down with that right arm. Big breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Exhale and release. All right, so now we're going to start to use it for our legs. We're going to put it away to the side for now. Just going to warm up a little bit, and then we'll come back to it. So we're going to come right into your downward facing dog. Tuck the toes, send those hips up nice and high. And pedaling out the feet, making any movements that your body needs. We're just going to do a little bit of a flow. So lift the right leg up. Step it through. Lower down to your left knee. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, frame the right foot, straighten the right leg. Keep that chest forward. Exhale, plant the hands, send the right leg back, three-legged dog. Bend the knee, open up the hip. Inhale. Exhale and release back to your down dog. Left leg lifts. Knee to nose. Step the foot middle of the hands. Right knee lowers. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, frame the left foot, straighten the left leg. Chest stays forward, hips back. Plant the hands, find a three-legged dog. Tuck those toes and the left leg up and back. Inhale. Exhale and release. Good. Right leg lifts. Knee to nose. Step that foot forward. Left knee lowers. Inhale up. Exhale. Frame the right foot. Straighten the right leg. Ground the hands. Three-legged dog. Stack the right hip over the left. Exhale and release. Left leg lifts. Bend the knee. Open up. Step it through. Right knee lowers. Inhale up. Exhale, frame that left foot. Straighten the left leg. Chest forward. Ground the hands. Stack that left hip over the right. And back to your down dog. One more round. Right leg lifts. Knee to nose. Step it through. Left knee lowers. Inhale up. Exhale, frame that right foot, straighten the right leg. Ground the hands, step that right foot back and bend the knee and open up the hip. Back to your down dog, left leg lifts. Step it through. Right knee lowers, inhale up. Exhale, frame that left foot, straighten the left leg. Ground the hands, bend the knee, and stack the hips. Back to your down dog. Big breath in. And breath out. And from here, we're going to lower down to the knees. Child's pose. Just bring those knees out wide, hips back. Stretch out the spine. Exhale, we're going to walk the hands back into the knees. We're going to grab that strap again and swing your legs forward. So we're just going to do a nice gentle stretch for our hamstrings and our back. So you're going to lie on your back. The right leg's going to, or the strap's going to go around the bottom of your right foot, and the leg's going to extend up to the ceiling. Try to relax your shoulders, flex your toes. And just feel the sensation of the toes drawing towards the shin. Try to plug your femur bone back into the hip socket. And if you can, try to relax your arms. If the strap's long enough, you can find a little more, less tension in your shoulders. Find 2 more breaths. And then we're going to peel the right foot over to the right. So extending that right leg over to the right side. Notice your left hip. You want to keep that grounded. Feel free to extend the left arm out to the left or over the head. And we just want to flex the right toes. And again, we're trying to plug that right hip bone into the leg bone into the hip socket. I'm just trying to relieve any tension in the low back or the inner thighs. Big breaths. One more. And gently come back to center and over to the left side. Try to keep the right leg straight and shift over. The right arm's going to come out to the right. We keep the toes flexed. Right shoulder stays grounded. The right hip may lift a little bit, but we don't want it going all the way over for a twist. We want to try to keep the left hip as close to the mat as possible so we get a nice stretch for the IT band, that outer muscle outside the right leg. Maybe you might even feel it in your shin. And then if you want to take it a little bit further, the right hand can come into that crease right where your hip is, in the front of your right hip, and you kind of push your leg bone away. And you might feel a little release in the low back here, more sensation in the leg. Notice the toes, make sure the toes are facing the shin and they didn't round out. So we want to keep that ankle nice and safe. Take a deep breath in. Breathe into that low back. Exhale. And then we'll gently roll to the left side. Use your left arm as a pillow. You're going to bring the strap to the top of your right foot. Now the bottom leg is important here because if we keep it straight, sometimes we lose a little bit of balance. So if you kind of bend the leg, so the ankle, you get a little more surface area so we don't fall over. So straps on the top of your right foot. So this part's a little tricky. This is how we open up our shoulders. So you're going to bring your palm facing up, rotate so that the palm faces down. So the strap's going to go over that right shoulder. And then we flex the toes, shin, toes towards the shin. And we feel the sensation over the right, front of the right leg, or quad muscle. If you want a little bit more intense here, obviously option to stay here, or you can bring the strap over your head so that it meets both arms, and we get more of a shoulder stretch and back bend. Now same thing with that bottom leg, the left leg, we want to find a little more surface area, so feel free to bend that left knee and bring the strap over towards the right side of the body. Big breaths here. Inhale. Exhale and gently release. Come back through center and switch your feet. So notice how maybe your left and your right side feel a little different right now, and we're going to go towards finding that balance to even them out. So flex the toes here, heels straight up to the ceiling. It's okay if your leg doesn't bend all the way too. You just want to feel the sensation in your hamstring. So if it doesn't straighten, that's totally fine. But you just want to feel, as long as you feel the stretch, that's the most important thing. Keep plugging that femur bone back into the hip socket. And then we're going to peel that left leg over to the left. So again, we want to keep the right hip grounded. The right arm can come out to the right. And just try to let the low back ground a little bit, the shoulders ground. Allow the space to appear in the hips. And breathe. Bend the knee, gently come back through center and over to the right side. So again, we want to keep the leg as straight as possible. We don't really want this left hip to lift all the way over to stack. We want to try to keep it as grounded as possible. Make sure those left toes are flexed. And then if you want to take it further, the left hand comes inside and that crease where the leg meets the hip. And we want to kind of push it away. So again, you may feel a sensation through the low back, or a little more intense through the leg. And breathe. One more. Bending the left knee, we're going to roll to the right side. Using that right arm as a pillow. Propping up the head. Bend your right knee so we have that leverage. We're all in one line. And then we bend that left knee. The strap's going to come, so it's the palm's facing up to start. And we're going to rotate the shoulder so that the palm faces down. So you want to flex the left toes, stretch the front of the left leg. So you could stay here if you want to take it further. The strap comes over the head, and both hands are gripping the strap. Three more deep breaths here. And gently release. Come back to center. Release the strap to the side. And just give yourself a nice big hug. Bring those knees into the chest. Rotate them around. And just take a couple minutes for your Shavasana. Allow the feet to fall out wide. Remove the flesh from the sit bones. Relax the shoulders, the back, the chest. Just taking this time to relish in the sensations from the practice. Allowing yourself to open up and feel more freedom in the body. And you can stay here for another minute or two. And I hope you have a wonderful day. Thanks for joining me.